guys, it's Amy at Zoe back, and I'm gonna do a book haul. So, I had this whole plan. I was only gonna do one book haul in October, but I think I forgot in my mind that the library book sales were happening. So I'm gonna do my library book haul part 1 because I could have a second one because I went to one county yesterday and got 20 books. Oops. And then the other county is having theirs this week, so I might go to them sometime this week. So this could be a pretty big month. This is, wow. So though looking at the 20 books I have here, 5 of them I have read before, but that's still 15 new books. Oh well, you know, most of these, as I said, most of them are classics, but there are a lot of the, you know, there's a couple of nonfiction, and then a couple of just fiction and mystery, and mostly classics. I would say the high majority if you break it down. But anyway, so we're just gonna go through this. So I'm gonna start with fantasy because there's only 2. Their sections are never very good with the fantasy. I don't know if they get picked over before I get there that, you know, that fast or what. I don't know. So I'm gonna do those 2 first. The first one I don't know anything about. It's The Dragon's Path by Daniel Abraham. I have been looking at this for a couple of years now, and I have wanted to read this, and or at least try it. Yeah, like 2011. I mean, I've been watching this, and I think it's because it had, you know, when it came out, it was hyped up or something. I don't know. I don't remember. But you know, again, it's a classic one about some people, and you know, all paths lead to war. And I don't really need to know a whole lot more to try something. But this is the first book in this series. I don't actually know the series name. I don't know if they'll say it. Oh, The Dagger and the Coin. So if you guys have read this, let me know. As I said, I've had hit and miss on epic fantasies recently. But this is one I've had on my want to buy, or you know, to a list forever, that I have on a list on my phone. So I have been wanting to get that one. And then the other one I got is one that I read like halfway through, probably, well, when it came out, and it was a long time, it was quite a while ago. This is 2009. So I know, like, I read half the book, and then I either had to take it back to the library or something happened and I didn't finish it, and I never got back to it. And that is Bone Shaker by Sherry Priest. And I really enjoyed it. It was weird, as steampunk, alternate history kind of thing. I think it has to do, there's something happened, and this area is like blocked off because of, I think, zombies or something or other, or some kind of creature, I don't know, something. And this person's, the main character, which is, I'm not seeing her name, I think her son goes exploring in there, and she goes after him because she knows more about stuff than he does because he's like a teenager. So anyway, I don't remember a whole lot beyond that. I just remember I really enjoyed the first part, but I wish I'd finished it then. I'll have to reread the whole thing. I don't remember. So I do want to try that again. And then I have, let's see here. Here's my one real, well, no, I guess there's another contemporary in here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. So I finally picked up a copy of The Luminaries by Eleanor Canton. I've been searching for this in library sales for the last 2 years. I've always been attracted to the cover. Just, it was beautiful. But to me, it was just eye-catching, I guess. So I know this is about 1866, and I think it's New Zealand gold rush. And beyond that, don't know anything about it, except that a lot of people have it on their shelves. A lot of them have read it. Not everybody has. But and again, it won the Man Booker Prize at some point. And then, but again, it's one of those ones where I've been wanting to read. And even though it's a chunkster, it's one I've been wanting to get to. And then the other one I picked up is A Man Called Uwe by Frederick Bachman. This would be my first one. I've been waiting to pick up his stuff. I don't know. I mean, I'm not attracted to reading Beartown at all. Like, that is not a storyline I want to deal with. But this one sounded more up my alley, of something interesting about an older man who is probably the grumpiest man you've ever met. So that, to me, and I've heard a lot of people like this, so I'm willing to try. I wanted to at least try one of his books, and I got it there at the library sale. I have one mystery I picked up the first Maisie Dobbs by Jacqueline Winspear's book. I don't know anything about it. It's a mystery. And again, I think this is, yeah, so this is in 1929. So I think they start there and then they move between that to World War II, I think, through and there's like quite a few books. I don't even know how many. There's quite a bit. As I said, I wanted to pick up the first one. I've been curious about it. I mean, there's over 10. So anyway, I don't know. Have you guys read this one? As I said, I've seen a lot about it and seen some of the later books that people have talked about, and I just wanted to try it. And I'm not reading as many mysteries as I used to, so I was trying to find some series that I would enjoy, and I'm hoping this will be one of them. And then 4 books that I have read before. Let's see here. So they are the Nora Roberts Bride Quartet. Now, I read these it's probably been 3 years ago. My mom has a set, and I could borrow them anytime. It's just, there's been a couple of times where I wanted to reread one of them, and I don't have them, and it just finally got to me. It's just like, I need my own copies. And again, Nora Roberts, mostly the stuff I like of hers is the J.D. Robb stuff. I mean, I have read a lot of Nora Roberts over the years, just here and there. I have a couple of trilogies on my Kindle, but this is one of the ones that I read that I've always wanted to get my own set of. I don't love them all equally. I love the last book and one of the other books. I can't remember which one it was right now, but I do want to reread the whole series again. I just enjoyed them. I kind of has to do with 4 friends who run a wedding service kind of thing. You know, they have the setting, and then somebody does the cake, somebody does the flowers, and it's and I think photography is the other one. And yeah, so they all have their parts in it, and they all work together, and it's just cute. And as I said, once in a while you just need some romance. And again, I do like some Nora Roberts every once in a great while. So okay, so now we'll do nonfiction. So this is the one that I was super excited to get, and that is the Romanov Sisters by Helen Rappaport. I've been wanting to read one of her books for a while on the Russian history. I just don't know if this is the right one to start with. I know that there's another one of hers that I want to get. I can't think of the name of it. No, that's not. That's the other author. I thought she had another one that had to do with the Romanovs. But anyway, I've been wanting to pick up this for a while. So this is actually one I was contemplating on getting on audio anyway. But now I have the physical book. So we'll see. I might try reading it first. But I am excited to read that. Because again, it's The Lost Lives of the Daughters of Nicholas and Alexandria. It's interesting. I picked up this because just on a whim, because I just saw Kate Howe talk about this on her channel, and it's a biography on Elizabeth Gaskell, and I swear this is the one she had, that by Jenny Uglow. And I don't know, I haven't read enough Elizabeth Gaskell yet that I want to dive into this, and it's a chunkster, but I just saw it on her channel, so again, it was only a couple bucks, so I thought, well, what the heck? So I just picked it up. So I'll be watching Kate Howe to see how she enjoyed it or not. We'll see what happens. And then I picked up the second volume in the Eleanor Roosevelt series that's by Blanche Wyson-Cook. I had got the first one last year, so I do need to pick up this book, the other book at some point, but I have the second one, and I think the third one just came out. I saw these first on Rincey Reads, so I do want to, now that I got the second one too, I want to read the first one. I should have just, so many books, so little time. So those are those. So now we're going to go into my classics. And so this one, sorry, let me just double check. I think this is the only one that's not super as old. I think this is the newest one, and that is Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov. And the reason I got this is because I don't own a copy of it, and I know I read it and I gave it a 3, and that's about all I remember. So I do want to reread this, but I really want to get that audio, or I get the book, The Real Lolita, I think it's by Sarah Weinman or something. Anyways, talking about was it the Sally Horner case? So I want to like get them together, and so I might get that as an audiobook and then might read this afterwards, because I just don't remember. It's been so long, and it's one of those books where I read it because I felt like I should have, you know, like get around to it, but I have virtually no memory of what I actually read. Like, I don't remember. It's been a while now. It was quite a while ago. So anyway, I picked up, you know, as I said, it's a fair copy. It's just a cheap copy, you know. Then the rest of these are a little bit older. I picked up Nathaniel Hawthorne's The Scarlet Letter. The reason I've never wanted to read this, and I think it's because I remember people talking about it in high school in a different English class. I didn't have to read this in my class. And they just said how much they hated it. But I've been seeing more on this, and I just feel like it's one of those books, again, I feel like I should read or at least attempt. So I found this cheap copy, and again, this has to do with a woman in the 17th century Boston who had an adulterous affair and had a child, but she will not say who the father is, and I think so, a scarlet A on her, and she has to wear it for the rest of life, and it's her and her daughters, their lives afterwards. So I don't know. As I said, I've heard about it. I've never watched any of the movies either, or, you know, adaptations. I pretty much avoided it. So, but I just figured I should really read it. I did pick up a Dickens, Hard Times, by Charles Dickens. I don't know anything about this except that I've recently, with all of Victober again, a lot of people have mentioned this as one of the ones they really liked by Dickens, and it's a shorter one. So, yay! I might try that pretty soon. I don't know. I did pick up 2 Edith Whartons. I don't know why, just because I found them. I think it's because I heard people talking about Ethan Frome a couple months ago, I think. So I've been wanting to read this. I don't know anything about it, but I remember hearing about it. And then I picked up The Age of Innocence. And again, I heard about people talking about it. I have Summer on my shelf that I bought to try, and I haven't got to it yet. So now I have like 3 of her books. I should read something. And then I found an Anthony Trollope that I've been wanting to pick up, and that is Can You Forgive Her? Which I think is, well, I know this is the one that people did a read along with Steve Donoghue a while back, and I can't remember if this is in one of the series or not. You know, I really can't remember. But it's, I mean, I'm not ready for this yet because I'm still working through the Barchester, or Barchester series, whatever the Chronicles, whatever that one is. I'm still working on that series. I'm not very far, so I don't know why I keep picking up these, but this huge. But it was, you know, it was a good copy. It's not bad, and I had it on my list of ones I wanted. And then I picked up Crime and Punishment by Nora Roberts. So I've never read any of this. Again, I'm trying to read more Russian stuff. I don't know, I'm attracted to it right now. And I figured I'd start with Crime and Punishment. And even though this is not a trade, this is actually a really nice paperback version. And so I just picked that up for 50 cents. And then I've also got The Jungle by Upson Sinclair. I have been meaning to pick this up for years. It's been on my list to look for it, and I just never did. And all I know, I think it has to do with factory work in Chicago. And as I said, it's one of those ones I've always heard about but never read, so I wanted to do that. And I think Robert over at Barter Hordes is doing a read-along with this in December. So I'm not sure I will participate, but it made me think about it again and made me get a copy. So we'll see what happens with that. So those are all the books that I got at the library sale yesterday. I don't know if I'm going to have more from the other library sale. And then I still have to do my book haul for what I've purchased beyond the library. I really did some damage this month. So October is, you know, I pretty much, this should be it. November, I will not have time to be book shopping, hopefully. I'll be writing too much. That is my hope. We'll see what happens. So anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.